Hello, everyone. I know it's been a rough couple of years with the pandemic and all the shutdown, the restrictions, everything that we put into place. It's been hard, but I know we've lost track of some things that were very important to us. So today we're going to revisit developing positive relationships in the building. And this kind of comes off the recent climate survey that we provided to students. The district did this, and there were some suggestions in there that our relationships are not strong in the building, so a few of us from the district attended a conference on building positive relationships with students and the effectiveness on their academic success. So we gained some great insight and ideas that we were going to share with you today. So looking at where we're at as a district, if I can get this to go. Recent climate survey results suggest that students feel isolated. They don't really have a connection with each other. They don't have a connection with their teachers. There's little interaction outside of class during unstructured activity time like lunch, those type of things. They don't feel that the teachers are approachable. And there's little visibility outside of school hours of adults from the building attending activities, school-wide events, those type of things. So looking at that, this kind of hits deep with me. That our students feel this way, and I think it is something that we truly need to reflect on and understand where our students are coming from and how we can improve as a district. So appropriate relationships, strong relationships with teachers and school staff can dramatically enhance students' level of motivation and therefore promote learning. And appropriate relationships, how does it look? Students are motivated and encouraged to, number one, just be at school, and then in the classroom they're motivated to do all the activities, all the lessons, and those type of things that the teacher have prepared. There is a mutual respect in the building. There's not the teachers respect what the students bring to the plate, and also the students respect all the adults in the building. The students are valued. The teachers truly showing that they have a deep interest in their students. They listen to them. They take what they say serious. And the students know that they truly are valued. Shared decisions between teachers and students on lessons, on activities, on projects, on how they're graded, those type of things. And then safe and secure school. The certain policies put in place by a district ensuring that the students, when they are in the building, they are going to be free from bullying, free from discrimination and those type of things. Evidence, students have a voice, as kind of mentioned earlier with being valued. They have a voice in every aspect of school, in the classroom, school-wide events, those type of things. Teachers are warm but demanding. They have a deep interest in their students, but they do have high expectations and want their students to achieve at the highest level. Students want to be at school. It's not a struggle for parents to get them here. The students are not tardy. They're not absent. They are here and they're actively engaged in their learning and activities, kind of leading to my next point. They have a voice in those things. They have a shared decision in the way that they are structured maybe, so they are truly actively engaged. When we walk into the room, we see engagement. Support for all students, no matter what background, race, ethnicity, whatever it might be. Support for all students in the building is clearly evident. And then a sense of community between everybody in the building and in the district, that we are one family. So then on the opposite side of what a negative relationship looks like in a school, on the teacher side, what we could see is frustration, irritability, and anger towards students, using sarcasm. I know it's in a lot of our vocabulary to be sarcastic, but a lot of students might not understand sarcasm and take it literally and think that teachers don't like them or things like that. Teachers yelling at students instead of having private conversations. Using punitive control over students and threatening instead of having those personal conversations. And then teachers just truly giving up on students and thinking they can't reach them, they can't help them, so they just give up. For students, they feel less intelligent maybe than their peers or than the teacher. They're ridiculed or insulted in front of others, maybe in front of the entire class, maybe in front of just a group, but they might feel that. Their excitement for school has shifted, or about a content area, or if it's an elementary student, maybe it's moving to a new grade level, the excitement has shifted to not wanting to be there. They could be experiencing bullying. This could be from staff, this could be from students, it could be from outside sources, but that is a evident of negative relationships. Students complain to their parents or others about how their teachers speak to them, using sarcasm, talking down to them, showing frustration or irritability. And then experiencing some of the teacher's biases or discrimination are definitely evidence of negative relationships. So then, looking forward to integration, it is going to take an intentional effort on our part to build back the positive relationship with our students. And the intention with the mindset of adolescents who have stronger relationships with non-family adults have higher level of positive support, engage in less risky behavior, and have increased levels of overall well-being. As our school district, a lot of these students might not have a positive role model at home, so being here and having a relationship with somebody, a teacher, a coach, a janitor, whatever it might be, can help them in the long run. So the focal points of adults in the building showing that they care about the students, talking with them, interacting with them, greeting them, whatever they can do to show students that they truly do care about them. Having activities in the classroom that are challenging and showing support. Having instruction that is rigorous, but giving the proper support to let the students know that they can succeed. Sharing power with the students, having them have a say in the rubric, mutually created with each other so the students know how they're going to be evaluated on their assignments. And then showing that mutual respect. We need to focus on that, starting day one. Furthermore, expanding a sense of possibilities with the students, showing them that there is more than one way to complete this project, and you have a say in how you're, taking an active control of your learning. School-wide, district-wide, clear rules and practices, so the students know where they stand and what is expected of them when they walk in the building. Giving timely and proper feedback to the students in every aspect of this school day. How they're behaving, how they're interacting with each other, how they're doing on their schoolwork. And then using all this information to build resilience in teachers and students so they can succeed at the highest level. So strategies for some of these things, teaching character strengths, picking a character strength during a week, a month, whatever it might be, focusing on those: perseverance, responsibility, integrity, empathy, dependability, those type of things, and truly teaching and modeling what that looks like. Using character growth cards when teaching about these character traits can be very useful. Keeping track of what they're doing, other teachers seeing them, showing respect, showing that they are being integral, and documenting those things on the growth cards. Connect with students face-to-face, one-on-one face-to-face, and then involving families with that also. Truly connecting with the families outside of the school to show that we have a deep interest in their child. Safe and secure school policies coming from the district, something that we can enhance and continue building upon. Have an intentional effort to connect with each student, taking the time to do that. The 2x10 method we'll cover here in a little bit is a great way to do that. Then also setting personal goals for yourself and students, and then collecting that data. So looking at the positive school culture, positive education is a combination of traditional education principles and the study of happiness and well-being. So you have these strong positive relationships, parent involvement, strong sense of norms and values, and school-wide goals, and all working together to create a positive culture. And then looking at what we can focus on specific steps and our prioritize, the number one thing is we need to focus on more than just academics. Teaching the whole student, socially, emotionally, all aspects of the student instead of just focusing on content area or grade level area. Understanding behaviors are a form of communication that behind every misbehavior, the student is trying to tell us something, and we need to dive deep and truly understand what's happening. We need to involve the parents in every aspect of the student's day. Make connections with those students one-on-one, conferencing, and having meaningful dialogue with those students to let them know that we truly care about them. And then managing conflicts from teacher to teacher, staff to staff, student to teacher, whatever it might be, student to student, but we need to have a good conflict management resolution and follow through with those things and make sure that we truly have the conflict resolved. We need to eliminate distractions. I don't want to say this is a distraction, but try to reach the most challenging student. I know everybody in your mind right now is probably thinking of the student that is the most challenging to you and that you struggle with to connect with. That is the person we need to go after and try to build that connection. Understand that this will not happen overnight. We can't snap our fingers and all of a sudden everybody's going to say they have a positive relationship. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. We're going to have to get out of our comfort zone and do some things that we're not used to. And when you come to school every day, be aware of your biases and some of the systematic barriers that we face with our students. And looking at growth, how are we going to do this? We are going to provide ongoing training on Positive Schools Initiative. We have some great resources for that. Inside the classroom, we need to focus more on small group instruction. Instead of sit and get, we need to do more jigsaw type activities, collaboration with students, truly showing them how to work together so we can interact with them in small groups. Starting some peer support programs for our students. We're going to start day one focusing on relationships. If it takes a week, depending on grade level, a week, a month, whatever it is, to set your expectations, your procedures, your classroom policy, those type of things, building relationships, and then starting content. And then we need to teach and model with how we interact with each other, showing students how we should act in school and how to build relationships. We need to teach and model that. And then having those conflict management strategies for all aspects of the building to make sure that we are resolving those things when they arrive. So things that we might face, challenges or roadblocks, outside pressure, community members, parents not truly understanding what we're doing, teaching more than just academics, buy-in from students, teachers, and parents. This is going to be hard for a lot of the adults in the building. It's going to be hard for students. The communication piece of what we are doing and why we're doing it and how we are doing moving forward will be a key thing that we'll need to get out to parents. The systematic barriers kind of discussed earlier of what we're facing just as a system and some of the things that we cannot overcome. And then follow through kind of what with communication of making sure that we let people know how we're doing. And then probably my favorite one, we're in the middle of it right now with Devilson, the dark evil vortex of late September, October, and November when teachers are tired, students are tired, the weather's changing, the time change, all those things that we can get down pretty quickly. So then in closing, here are my references. They're PDF here, so you can click and see some of the resources that we were given and some of the things that we built this presentation on. So if you need some further reading of what we're going to be looking at moving forward, these are some great resources. I hope we all understand that we are in a tough time. This is unprecedented. It was, we've never been through this. We've had to, put some things on the back burner, but we need to refocus our attention to what our students need. And they are feeling that they do not have relationships in our building. So it is something that we must address right away and start building back those relationships with our students. Thank you.